It's coming. Welcome to the TDC Today's Show. This is the USA team. My name is Sue Roskopf, and the Disability Channel, or TDC, is out of Ontario, Canada, showcasing abilities. TDC is committed to providing quality digital media production services, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. TDC offers video production, social media, and podcasting creation, production, and support. TDC offers education and programming, which includes digital media courses to persons with disabilities who are unemployed and underemployed. TDC also offers community partnerships. Through partnerships and sponsorships, community partners and organizations become ability champions by supporting media created by and for people with disabilities. Again, my name is Sue Roskopf, and I am joined this evening, as always, by the wonderful Denise Vargas. I'm going to bring Denise on and say hello to everyone. Welcome, Denise.
Hello, everyone. This is going to be a fantastic show. We got some interesting topics to talk about today. As a person with disability myself, I absolutely love the topic we're talking about today.
Excellent. And actually, would you like to go ahead and introduce our topic?
Sure. So a lot of what I do, people know me as a strategist, and really what that means is that I help people live the lifestyle that they've always dreamt of. They just didn't know how. You know, oftentimes we get stuck in a job, and a person with a disability, that doesn't always work for us, right? So what better way than to create a lifestyle that works for you? Maybe that means that you need to work later in the day, or maybe take long breaks in between your day. So having that lifestyle is all about, at least, and drop of many others. So let's talk about that, Steve. What lifestyle would you like to live?
You know, I think we all independence as possible. We all want to be able to call our own shot, right?
For sure.
A big piece of what we all, I think, at least a lot of people I know, that's something that we all want to be able to say is we're in charge of where we're going. We can make our own decisions. We can decide, do I want to have this job or that job? What time do I want to get up in the morning or afternoon? I'm be able to decide what our lifestyle looks like and to create everything around that.
For sure. And it's interesting that, you know, a lot of times when people think of lifestyle, they think of, oh, the luxurious lifestyle, you know, that jet set lifestyle of having and tons of money. Well, while that might be great, a lifestyle just means that works for me. You know, what can I create in my environment that works for me? How can I get creative? How can I to work for me?
And don't we all need that? We have to think about what it is that we want to do, figure out how am I going to arrange things to make that happen. You know, for me personally, I work in the town that's 20 miles away, or 20 minutes away, not 20 miles, but 20 minutes away. So I need to have something in place where I can get there. It's reliable. I know where I'm going. I'm able to do that transportation piece, and I don't have to have too much, hopefully not too much trouble having that part of it happen. That's not always the case for everybody, right?
It is not. And now that you mentioned transportation, yeah, often people with disabilities, if you're not driving, you rely on public transportation, which is not often accessible. You're usually within the allotted times that you can go and come. So again, creating that lifestyle, especially with work, that you can now say, all right, well, I want to go to the beach at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right? You can do that because when the transportation kind of will fit into your what you want and are able to do, well, then that means that you got to find a career or a job you can be flexible in. So, and again, I'm just saying all this because I love my life. I've created a lifestyle that works for me. I help others do that. And, to be able to generate income by different means and know that you're in charge. You're truly in charge of every aspect of your life. You don't have anyone telling you what to do, how to do it, and you need to do it now because you're only allowed this amount of time to do this. Well, with that freedom, you can do it all. You really can. You just need to know how to balance it so that it works within that lifestyle that you set for yourself.
I can think of a couple of friends that live local to me here that are wheelchair users, and know from what I've heard and stories that they've shared, it makes a big difference if you actually own your own transportation or not. Obviously that's a big thing. And even if you own your own van, for example, the one friend, he can't drive. He still is relying on somebody else to be able to come in and actually sit behind that steering wheel and get him from place to place. That's a big thing all by itself. I mean, he doesn't have that, to me, that freedom to be able to just go. There's always that piece that he has to rely on somebody else. And I think too of another friend that lives on the other side of the county line. Milwaukee County actually has a good system in place with transportation for folks with differing physical disabilities, whether like wheelchair user. There's busing system and the van system they have set up where you can actually get on and get from place to place. Pretty good if it's within the county. But the second you want to cross that county line, forget it. It's ridiculous trying to figure out how to make that happen effectively. And oh gosh, I've even heard stories of people who have their time set up. They have to be ready incredibly early because they have to fit into whatever that van schedule is. Sometimes they have to sit there for a half hour because there's like an hour-long window or whatever it is. It's to me was just a ridiculously long time frame that they have to be there, available and ready to go. Because if they're not there, the van's just going to leave. It's not like it's going to hang out and wait all day for you to get over there. You have to be there. You have to be ready to go, and it's a big deal. It's quite stressful. A lot to be said about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And even they give you the very long window, and if they're late, oh well, you have to wait, but they don't have to wait. They give you that time frame, and you might be going somewhere. It's only maybe a 15-minute drive, but that 15-minute drive now took you 2 hours. And then you have to wait for them. So you have so many different things that go with that. But here's the thing. If we know that we need to allow for that ridiculous window that they give us, and then you make the point about not being able to cross county lines. You have to get so creative. And like I said, hours, hours, and then you have to think about other things. Like, now I just went to the bathroom. I have to wait hours before I get somewhere else. Now, is that place accessible? So all these things, but when you create that lifestyle and a career for yourself that will allow for you to, for that transportation, so that you can, have the accessible vehicle and be able to pay someone fairly well to make sure that they're there for steadily, it makes a world of difference. And I know this because I used to drive. Now, I had the equipment, the vehicle, and it was great. But as time goes by, and maybe things change, like in my case, things changed. I had to upgrade it. It was more than what I wanted to spend. And I really wasn't going anywhere because of the pandemic. So I'm like, you know what? I've created a lifestyle for myself now where I don't need to work outside. So when I do want to go out, yeah, I can afford to just rent a vehicle, an accessible vehicle, and go where I want to go. But I wouldn't be able to do that if I was only relying on disability. So really, again, it's creating that lifestyle that you want. How can I do? How can I have the economic freedom that goes with that? I'm not saying that you're gonna, be a millionaire overnight. Absolutely not. When you have your own business, it is work, but you work it when it's convenient for you.
That's where it is nice that we're in the that we are now, where we're talking right now. We're several states apart. We're in New York. I'm in Wisconsin. We have so many doors have opened up just because of all the technology advances that are in place now, where people have meetings from where, and it's doable. So many more opportunities now that I really hope people take advantage of. The sky's the limit as far as option out there, and where can I doing? Can I work from home? Can I what can I do?
Exactly. Absolutely. And there's so many things that we can work from home with. I mean, so many things. I am sure that if you have a hobby, many of us do have a hobby, you can turn that into a career. You can turn that into business. You just need to, again, tweak things to work for you. Maybe find the right platforms where you can do this. And again, listen, if you're out there listening to the show to help you, get in touch with us. We're more than happy to help you figure things out.
And the more that you're able to enjoy life in new ways, find new things to do. One organization that we're real familiar with that I want to make sure to mention is the D3 Day, so Disability Dream and Do. I actually, let's see if I can share my screen for just a moment here. I can at least of some things that they are doing. So here we have, can you see my screen okay?
It's popping up right now. It's a blessing, but it is, there we go. There we go.
So the website is d3day.com. And when you go there, so it says right on there, Disability Dream and Sports Camp. Are here so that you can register someone, you can sponsor, you can volunteer, you can donate. And look at the videos. There's a bunch of different videos that are on here that show just a glimpse of what the events are like. And talk about life. I mean, if this is something you've never done, if you never dreamed of being able to do sporting type things for whatever reason, here's an opportunity where these kiddos are doing things that they never thought was possible. And it is all about lifestyle. When you get a chance to have that that extra passion that's brought out of you that you never knew was in there, get a chance to do something more. That is a lifestyle too. It's an incredibly rewarding time for both the participants and the volunteers to be able to do something that's big like this.
And speaking of D3 and the opportunity, but also let's talk about Dave Clark. You know, the only pitcher, professional pitcher in history to play for the major league. I mean, how awesome is that?
He, all in himself, is such a success story. He did not let anybody get in his way. Anybody would, I mean, really, you got a kid on crutches saying, I want to pitch professionally. That is inspiring. That he didn't take no for an answer. He figured out a way. Talk about that whole piece of living creatively and figuring out how to make it happen. He knew he could do it, and he did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. All about that. I don't take no for an answer either. But the inspiration that I see with Dave is that with him back in the day, that was a big deal back then. Now imagine to be able to live in today's world and know, well, hey, if that happened back then, what can I do now? Technology that's available to us.
It's incredible the opportunities that actually exist now compared to even when I was a kid. I don't think I'm that old, but you know, really, what is out there and what is real? It is crazy how far we've come, and I can only imagine. Give it another 20 years. What is it all going to look like 20 years from now?
For sure. Let's think about creating a movie. Like, how many people would love to make their own movie, right? And with this technology, you can do that. You can do that right from your home with all, especially with all the AI. Tools that we have available.
Yeah, there is nothing that can stand in our way. Once you put your mind to something, I actually looking for a little Dave Clark. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and share my screen one more time because it's so worth it.
Absolutely.
Like you said, Dave is such an amazing, amazing man. He is still out and about doing professional speaking and making an impression on so many people. So yeah, this is on mentaltoughnesstrainer.com. An inspiring baseball story, how Dave Clark overcame polio to play professional baseball or professional ball. So you can see a picture of him here, and he's got the crutches. That's how he gets around, is he actually does need to use the crutches. So he says right on here, imagine being 5'2" and playing professional baseball. Not just playing, but managing, coaching, scouting, owning a professional barnstorming team that toured the country and traveling Europe as a representative of Major League Baseball. And then imagine doing that all on crutches due to polio. It is really incredible. And you know what? There's a video on here that's a little less than 3 minutes long. Should we play it this week or should we save this for a future time?
You know what? Let's play it. I am intrigued.
All right, no, let me know if you can hear this as it's getting started. Can you hear the sound?
My story is a story of doing things that you don't think are quite possible to achieve.
Hi, I'm Rich Newberg, and I want you to meet an extraordinary man. His name is Dave Clark. Dave Clark, please give a warm welcome to Dave Clark. I want you to hear this great guy.
At about 10 months of age, which was misdiagnosed at first. So it dragged on 3 more weeks before my parents took me back to the doctor and it was diagnosed correctly as polio. My mom looked at the doctor and she said, "Doctor, if he can only walk." And the doctor looked to my parents and said, "You're wrong, Mrs. Clark. If he can only use his brain for himself." I gotta tell you, years later, I realized that doctor was dead on. Because to me, this thing here is the most important muscle in your body. When I was released from the Ithaca Reconstruction Home, I came out using my first set of braces. As you can see, I was about 2 years old, a little less than 2 years old, and I came out using those braces and crutches, kind of walking like Frankenstein. In school, kids can be vicious. It's just the nature of the human being. And I got picked on incessantly. I was made to know I was different. I was not accepted. I was not part of the peer group. About this time, my dream started. I thought myself that I could shot at least seeing if I could play baseball. I didn't tell anybody about this dream because I was afraid they'd laugh, afraid they'd think it was unreasonable, and it was.
Amazing. So DaveClarkFoundation.com if you want to find out information about him and all he does and can do, and what an inspiration.
I love that. I so love this story. And I gotta tell you, I am not a sports person at all. I mean, really at all. But watching his story and knowing, what he went through and what he's achieved, the thing that I love the best that he said is your brain is the biggest, most powerful muscle. If you are able to think and again with today's technology, you can create whatever you want. If what if you have a disability that maybe you can't really speak well or type or what there is technology out there now that will help you create whatever it is that you're thinking about, that will help you express verbally whatever it is that. So being able to think those thoughts, you will, with today's technology, test it and create whatever you want in your life.
No limits. Creative. Figure a way, because there's a way. And you know what? We all they're all just different limits. I'm the height I am. I'm not going to tall. So actually reaching the top shelf at the grocery store is not going to happen. And that's okay. I need help there. We all have different pieces that make us who we are. And you got to think beyond where you are to figure out what's the positive and what's the worst that's going to happen. If there's ideas of, like with Dave, his dream to be able to play baseball the way he did, if he went for it and he didn't make it, I bet he would have still had an amazing, awesome time just getting as far as he could. And here it is. He went as far as he did. He saw that coming, but he had that thought back of his mind that, what if? And he put the work in. It didn't just happen. He had to work for that.
Oh yeah. And that what if will haunt you. If you want something and you don't at least try, look, we're all gonna inevitably fail at something, right? But how many times did Thomas Edison fail before he finally got it right? Right? Like so many people in history. But the fact that you have a desire and you don't at least try, that what if will always end up bothering you because you'll never know if had you tried, maybe you might have been able to do it.
Yeah, I've heard the phrase mentioned a surprising number of times over the years of, you know, when you get to that point where you're on your deathbed, you're not going to regret the things you didn't go for. You regret the things you didn't do versus the things you did. I kind of said that backwards at the beginning, but you're gonna miss those things. Like, what if? And at that point, you know, it's too late to go back and have a do-over, right?
Exactly.
If you have an idea of something you want to do in your life, go for it.
Yeah. And again, if you fail, it's okay. You at least tried. And out of each failure, you will now know, all right, well, that didn't work. Let me try a different way, right? Because there's always a way. You just gotta tweak it to work for you. And with all the failures, you will then know, all right, don't do that. Let's try something else.
We'll always keep learning, always keep growing. Sitting back is not the way to go. You know, if we can all just take that time, well, you can sit back and let life happen. You know what? It's a lot more fun to make life happen.
Oh, yeah.
Choose what you would like in life and figure out a way. And if you don't know how, ask. Find somebody who you can talk to and get their help, get their ideas. Because we can't live long enough to make all mistakes in life ourselves either. We do have to learn from others.
Absolutely. And again, we are here for you. You know, get in touch with us. You know, comment below. We will get in touch with you. We would love to help you live the lifestyle of your dreams. And if you don't know what that is, we can help you figure it out.
Excellent. Well, this is wonderful. I'm so glad to have a chance to hang out with you on a weekly basis here, Miss Diva. This is so much fun to be part of the Today Show with the Disability Channel. So my special thanks to you, Denise, and I look forward to our upcoming episodes. And I'm going to pass it back to you for a last thought.
Awesome. Thank you. I love being here with you, Sue. Also, and you know what, Jay? Big shout out to Jay Stein because you made this possible in Canada, bringing it here to the U.S. You know, this is amazing. Let's just keep growing together and making everything for everyone inclusive.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Denise. My name again is Sue Roskopf, and we are here with the TDC Today Show. And as always, we thank you.
Recording stopped.
Okay.